This guy, he has been in academy teams for, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's been on iG.V since like 2018. He's just been playing, he was in Cactus last season, I think, but still like contracted to iG.V and on loan there or whatever. But he needs to prove himself. He needs to get himself up there, you know? He doesn't want to be in Div 2 his entire life. So this is the kind of game where Butterfly Effect can really come through and kind of remind us how good he can really be. So that's what I want to see from him this game.
Yeah, and that is kind of credit to the region. They are one of the best regions at installing academy teams and kind of depth of play for everyone. Of course, they have a lot of kind of national tournaments that helps, you know, cultivate that scene compared to the likes of Europe and NA and whatnot. It's kind of, as soon as you go Div 2 and below it, you're very much starved. You might get the occasional 5K tournament, but no, China has done a pretty good job over the years at ensuring there's kind of depth to their region. Unfortunately, right now, they aren't doing so hot in the Div 1 scene, but they have a wide pool.
Yeah. Not turning many heads in the major, unfortunately, but I mean, they got a third place at Dream League at the very least, but yeah.
I think there was a stat for TI. The stat was like for average placement of regions at majors, and China was at the bottom of all regions.
Oh,
obviously,
really?
having 4 slots and then having teams consistently underperforming when you have more will help kind of drag that down. But like Europe, I think was like number 1, SA was number 2, and then China was like dead last. And that's the type of stat that after TI, Valve will look at it and go, all right, China, you're now like a 2-3 slot team, and then those slots might get redistributed. And Chinese teams need to be careful. It's not going to be beautiful next year if this continues to happen. Maybe a big run at TI can help them kind of save that next DPC year, but right now it is a little bit of a struggle for the region.
Yeah, it's been hard. You know, it's been like this for a while. Hopefully they can start pulling it together. You know, like LGD and Asta are the ones we're kind of looking at the moment as well. If they can start winning some majors, winning some TIs, that would certainly help their case. But yeah, they might be on the chopping block if not. So back to this game, as we mentioned, Storm does need to do well in this middle lane, and I feel like he should. I feel like it's not too bad of a matchup for Storm. Probably just a trade, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah, this mid lane match pretty much is a trade. I think there are sometimes scenarios that a Pango can waste his toolkit, and it puts Storm in a position of layering his spells, getting those overload charges in, you might get a kill. But yeah, it's all about active room support rotations from here. I think when we look at this bot lane from Team Zero with CTY, I would be very surprised if he was to die, especially when paired with a Spirit Breaker. If things get a little bit dicey, all you need to do is charge back in, kind of disjoint yourself from those Iron Shells. So yeah, Morph should 100% free farm. It's why they picked this hero with confidence.
Yeah. He's, you know, do you think he's going to free farm, or do you think he's going to be pressured a little bit but still be, you know, okay?
There might be a little bit of pressure from the early Nether Blasts, but as soon as Morph hits level 3, gets a couple more stat items, he'll just be pushing it out. He might have to ship out a little bit of regen due to Iron Shell creeps kind of running at him, but yeah, it's going to be just nice, chill free farm. Look, boom, nice little CS. Oh wait, did he even get that CS? He didn't. Oh, damn. Boom, he missed it. Boom, he hit that one. Boom, he missed it. Okay.
Yeah, the issue here is that
it's free, all right?
ZZQ keeps trying to come in and trade with the Pugner, but unfortunately Pugner is like a very, very fast little toddler, so it's very hard to kind of give him the smackdown. And then, of course, on top of that, he's got Nether Blasts. He'll have to grab it by later on as well. So I do feel like the support matchup in this bottom lane might cause CTY some issues.
Oh yeah, Barrow is a horrendous laner. Like, sure, he has. Like, I mentioned charge to disengage, but you're just a big sack of meat. Let's be honest. You don't do anything. You try to right click them, you go down, but beyond that, she gets the kill in top lane. Terrorblade, he got just hit by a lot of small instances of damage. Cinder Brew into Flame Break, didn't catch it, but he had the meta still running. But yeah,
that was on us. Useless. Waffling away about the bottom lane, you know.
I mean, because it's funny to watch Spirit Breaker just be useless. Like, this is the only point in the game where he's not good, and then the rest of the game, he's like this most OP first pick ban hero in all pro pubs. It's insane.
Marbly taking heavy hits. Oh, the bash as well. That might be enough to finish him off. He's got an adaptive strike on CTY, but doesn't commit it, and maybe just lost vision there on the tail edge of it. Yeah, kill potential, even in situations like that, just isn't great from this Radiant side. But Still going to give CTY quite a lot of space in this bottom lane now and should allow him to kind of plateau a little bit. Maybe even start to get a bit of CS under his belt like we're expecting. Meanwhile, ZZQ just not leaving Hara alone. He gets him low and he wants to keep him low.
Yeah, and we did miss it in the top lane, but beyond, he now has the urn complete. Doesn't have any charges yet on him. So as soon as that happens, that's when this top lane will just get really hard to play. This Terrorblade having the 1 death to his name, no meta available for 30 seconds. There's no real laning presence, and you can see iG.V, it feels like they've kind of conceded the lane already. Look, him spinning in the spot. Silence is kind of getting run around. This top lane is not looking too healthy now for iG.V.
Yeah, the Batrider getting on top of the Silencer, but did recognize that Silencer had a TP and didn't commit the Blood Grenade for it, which I really liked. Recognized that he could probably just run him down without it as well. The difference in move speed was there.
I'd be intrigued to see if the Brewmaster goes for a Vessel in this game. Because going for Darks with the Auras, the Pugner, and the Life Drain, sure, the Terrorblade will buy Manta, but for everyone else, it could be just enough damage to offset it. And I've seen this fight before, but Silencer, you don't have your TP this time around, and I think you're just dead. There he is.
And no TP, and Ice just drops on the Blood Grenade and makes sure they can confirm that kill. And yeah, very nicely done from the support Batrider, showing what it can do. Might even look towards Yukio here, actually. I mean, he's got all his spells available. Didn't actually use them. Going for the TP out on the Terrorblade just about makes it to safety, but good gracious, that was close.
Oh, you never want to see this. Like, smoking yourself out of base, that's already pretty doomed. But smoking you and your carry, who's used Metamorphosis, that's absolute despair. Yeah, they have crushed this top lane. That single kill into the Terrorblade going aggressive by himself, of course. He kind of needs to do something because Silence is no TP, dead. But yeah, this is very rough. And as soon as Brew hits 6, he's going to go again. And I think Isos has done a really good job on this Batrider, dragging the Silencer away, but also just not leeching XP. Brewmaster needs to get XP to be a hero. Nice dodge there from Storm Spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. The thing is that top lane was actually going all right, but yeah, the TB slips up and all of a sudden they're punished for it. And talk about being punished, 7E has actually jumped in real deep here and needs to get off the rolling, and he's not going to be able to do so. Butterfly Effect going to look for another one here as they bring down 2 on the side of Team Zero. Bit of a misplay there as ZZQ's running in. This is interesting. He's trying to take the rune away from the Storm Spirit. Storm doesn't have the mana. Oh, ZZQ is going to be able to grab himself that shield rune away from the Storm Spirit. No bottle refill for you.
But Pugner will TP and then do the old bottle turn around here. So, yeah, good on that front. Yeah, it happens with Pangoliers. They always go for the greedy swash, thinking they can roll, but iG.V very much clumped up on that high ground, easily able to chain that control, not allowing him to roll his way through the fight with his ultimate.
Now we get it happens.
Yeah, it does. He's... Go on, mate.
You're Grandmaster on Spirit Breaker, right?
Yeah.
Do you find yourself...
right?
Yeah. Do you find yourself playing him less now that he's in meta?
Yeah, So when he got buffed, I was like, this is sick. But it always got banned. So I never get to play. I played it like twice. Because it's always banned in pubs. Okay. But if I had the choice, I'd be playing it. I'd be, 15 bajillion K at this point. This hero is like OP.
Yeah. Fair enough. I just noticed that, me and some other friends, we kind of play like heroes which aren't very good, but then whenever they get buffed, we're like, meh, now everyone's playing it. Now it's lame.
It's true. There was like a phase where I played like 100 Barra games in a row or something, right? Or give or take if it was available. Jesus. And I'd always be trying to do like, okay, this time I'm going to do a Dagon to see if like charging Dagon's kind of fun. Or this time I'm going to do no Shadow Blade to make sure I'm more punchy. Like, I went for a lot of variations, and then it kind of got really good as well in pro play. And the exact same thing, just don't touch it.
70. He's trying to finish the job here into the... Wow, he wants this Pugner. Goodness gracious.
Is he going to get him? Come on, get him.
Oh my goodness. Dodge it. Oh my god. How does he not die here? 70. He's trying to TP away, but the storm's coming in. Oh, Electric Vortex once again on cooldown 1 second.
It was 1 second
very important died. And that would be the TV. Big connection up in the top lane once again as the Brewmaster and the Batrider. That combo is just so dirty. You can't play into it.
didn't even have to use the primal split either. It was just a slow chase down. And the Brewmaster is going for the vessel that I mentioned, and it's just going to amplify their ability to take these fights. Any of this cheap hill coming from Pugner early on, it's just not going to be that useful. So I like the fact that he's gone for this item. It gives Brewmaster ways to play outside of his ultimate as well, because now he can initiate with Thunderclaps and Cinder Brews and Vessels, and then when the fight gets important, that's when he can split and take the bigger fight.
Yeah.
Stupendous.
No, iG.V, they've done a pretty good job at reacting to the aggression, and this is the best thing that their draft can do. Unfortunately, Darkseid does go down before the smoke gate comes into play.
Yeah, we were checking that one out, but Butterfly Effect should be able to get at least one cleanup kill here. Getting the Morphling going to be a bit of a bigger ask, however. They will back themselves up. Still, I mean, Storm is having a game. He might be the only one on his team, but he is having a game, and we did mention that, you know, that is the condition. That is a big condition for iG.V being able to fight up into this Team Zero draft. So we'll see what they can do. 70, meanwhile, just going for the roll onto Ponyo. 70, he's having a bit of a rough game. So these little kills really, really helping him out.
Yeah, it does. And to your point about, come on, Ice, you gotta go. There we go.
Pump the brakes, but Butterfly Effect, he's actually looking for him right now. Hara going for the life drain to just make sure they bring him down. Butterfly Effect with that Arcane Rune, having a lot of fun. Nice sidestep there on the swashbuckle as well. Can they finish the job? Kind of tricky here as Butterfly Effect is very low on mana, but he has got the Vortex. That should be enough to bring down 70. Hello. Butterfly Effect he's turning up to this game. He's looking to make a name for himself.
I mean, he's crushing it. The supports have come mid. They've helped him. The Pugner's giving him the mana. He's getting bottle refills. He's getting the active runes. Everything's really good for the Storm threat. But the trade-off is look at the Terrorblade on that net worth. Because Storm's been taking the fight inside his area of the map, this Terrorblade is incredibly starved. Nowhere near Yasha. He's below the Brewmaster by about 1,400 gold. So everything we're praising Storm Spirit for, he now needs to basically double it. He needs to find even more kills. He needs to start making moves away from mid lane and start, let's say, gank the Morphling somehow, or even kill off this Brewmaster at some point. But he needs to try and find a big pick to then give Terrorblade an extra minute or two of confidence, because it's rough right now for this TB.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's his success needs to be everyone's success. He needs to make it everyone's success, and that's kind of tricky. Definitely feels like they have a favorite neutral item on the side of Team Zero. 3 gold bracelets.
That is the best thing about the end game, when you see like 6 spell prisms and then like it's just like, what the hell?
Yeah, it's really
good.
weird. I'm still not used to it, but especially in this screen, you can really see how many people like the same items.
Do you think you'll ever get a game where all 10 have the same? Like, is the probability of that so small that if it was to occur, you'd have to like really force it?
What item do you think it could occur to with which neutral do you think everybody wants?
I think there is a world where like Ogre Seal Totem's pretty good because of nullifiers in play, and you can always move away from it. So if that item becomes more popular against nullifier, could be a thing. But with carry players, they're like, why would I want 10 strength? So they would never go for it. It would be comedic for Phillystone, because if everyone loses damage, does anyone lose damage?
But then if everyone gains gold, does anyone gain gold? It's all about perspectives.
And maybe we need 2 pro teams to do this if the RNG aligns.
Yeah, that would be some hella RNG though, as Yukio goes down once again up in the top lane. I was just watching that Spirit Breaker the entire time. He just crashed into him at the moment he died. Pretty beautiful, but this is kind of bad. This is not beautiful. This TB has died way too many times now. I mean, how is he 0-3? How has this been allowed to happen?
Because everyone's been thinking about Storm Spirit, and we finally get to see Storm Spirit on Butterfly Effect. He tried to make a little move, but he shows himself bottom, sees a Bat Rider, disengages, and TB's just left it on the island. Like, if you rewatch the last 5 minutes, everyone's been just AFK middle. Brewmaster's an incredible matchup against Terrorblade in lane. Spirit Breaker as well can just charge in and get that extra little bit of damage on top, 3-point bash. And
Hara might go down here. It's got a vessel on him, yeah. They'll just turn around and take his Nether Ward as well.
And now this will be the issues of iG.V's draft that we're mentioning. After laning phase is often when they become most apparent, because Marblu's still farming. He's trying to rush an Ags, and he shows himself for a second. Guess what? Let's go again. Batrider, Spirit Breaker, chase him down.
Yep, lasso's out upon him. However, they got the global silence as a turnaround here. Nice little vac wall as well with the Storm Spirit jumping into the middle. They're able to take down CTY. Great start to the fight as ZZQ goes down as well. Storm jumping forward, looking for more. Takes down the Batrider. My goodness, but now he's out of mana and he's running out of health. The rest of the team coming on over. The Sunder is there. It's not onto him though. It's on to the Brewmaster. So they're going to look to try and bring down Beyond next as well. But meanwhile in the backline, 70, he's walking himself away. So they're looking for one more kill here on the side of iG.V. And are they going to find it? Looks like they will. Hara comes in, blows him up with another blast, and then it's going to be 4 big kills for the side of iG.V. But they are respawning on the side of Team Zero, and they are hungry for revenge. Will they find it? Yukio actually just turning around and bringing the fight to ZZQ here a little bit. ZZQ, no charge available just for now, but CTY scoops up the kill onto Marblu on the side, and that's going to just about... Oh, it's not going to do it, actually, as another strike comes through onto Ponyo as well. ZZQ, though, does pay the price. His butterfly effect, he went back, he got all his mana back, and now he's coming back into the fight, but he's got to be careful as 70 drains a lot of his mana with these swashbuckles. He's bottling up as fast as he can. 70 being very brave with the jump forward here, and butterfly effect calls it quits and jumps himself away.
Oof. So much happened in that fight, and fair play to iG.V, getting the window of opportunity to even get a couple kills. They killed 4 heroes in that engagement, and quite a nice bit of gold swing coming in, as you see here from the breakdown. I think, if anything, it's the fact that Darkseid didn't die instantly from that initiation. They dragged him back, and then it was the global layer on top, and butterfly effect once again. He's just finding the jumps consistently. Like, again, he's getting the jump, sure. This time around, he's finally going to get punished for it, and it needs to happen. Oh, wait, does it happen?
Oh, he gets thrown in the air. Not today, son. And yeah, Hara's going to go down as well by the looks of it. Decrepify will delay the inevitable, but inevitable it certainly is.
That would have been illegal if you lived there.
Okay. Just a little bit of taunting, but yeah, with that fight before, I mean, you know, it was a pretty big gold change. It was 1,200 gold more gained by iG.V in that last fight. But the real winners are iG.V when it comes to XP, because they gained 6 more XP than Team Zero. So that's really going to make a difference in the long run.
Yeah, then the 1,500 they just gained from getting this double kill really is going to swing that back again the other way. No, I think that fight, at least, it showcases Team Zero's damage is a little bit more over time. It's the consistent swashes, the ultimate spam, the vessels, the charges. It can get dangerous, especially when iG.V, once they get their items, pump in some auras, some dispels on the vessel charges, a clutch global. It isn't going to be as simple as you see him, he's dead, unless you're a silencer, because you see him and often he just dies.
Case in point. Goes down whilst trying to get a bit of de-warding done. The charge was upon him, and the charge really is a mark of death this game.
Brewmaster is also that. As I say, Brewmaster is also having such a decent game. But I'm just going to go pipe. This Storm's doing too much. He's like solo carrying this game pretty much. So I'm just going to mitigate all his early mid-game damage. And then we're going to go from there, because Butterfly Effect, he went for the Falcon Blade into Sanj Kaio. It's going to be in the middle of the fight tanky style of build, but it isn't going to be that assassin style. To be fair, like, these Orchid days are long gone. We don't see them anymore. But it's always chasing the next item with Storm. You're never content.
Yeah, I'm glad he's got that Mantix. He was a little bit slow on the strength morph there, but dealing a bit of damage upon Ponyo, but in they come, layering it down onto the Storm Spirit. That is a real target, and they take him down. That is pretty big. Now Ponyo cannot escape this one either. Boop. 70 finishes the job. Even got a Damel Dermature to boot as well. And yeah, without Storm Death, it now feels like things are going to be pretty damn difficult for the side of iG.V.
There's no left back. They just keep going.
They're really laying it down here. Marblu throws down the wall, but misses a vacuum as well, so won't be keeping himself alive with that one. Certainly won't be looking for any turnarounds here, especially not with your Storm. He is back in 4 seconds, though. If they can somehow delay this on the side of iG.V, they could maybe look towards putting something together here, but man, it's just looking tough, especially as Hara goes down here. But Butterfly, he's in. He's managed to find the Pangolin. 70 is going to drop. Butterfly Effect won't be able to bring down Beyond as he uses a split. And now Yukio's getting dragged back in. Charge is there, and CTY comes in from the sideline, finishes off the Terror Blade. Ooh, a little bit of a tip coming out from the Spirit Breaker as well.
I have no idea why. He's done it when the Storm died. He did it again when the TB dies. Like, I don't know I want to know the lore behind this one. Either way, Team Zero, they're like, boys, there's no reason to stop now. Keep going. If Global's on cooldown, if TB's dead, if Silence is out of mana, finally ZZQ goes down. No, they're professionals here. They're professionals. They're not tipping.
It's such a chat move, actually.
5 tips at one time, yeah.
When someone's tipped you the entire game and then you kill them, like in a really embarrassing way, especially, like it's always better not to do it, you know, because they're expecting it. They're braced for it already. They're like, yeah, okay, get it out of the way. You don't do it, it just means they don't give a shit about you. You know, it's just such a disrespectful move to not tip them in that circumstance. It's like, I don't even care.
Especially
you've been tipping me? Didn't notice, bro. You're not on my radar. Sorry.
Right, imagine being the pro player, and when you die, you don't think about what to do next. You're like, is he going to tip me? And then he doesn't, you're like, it could be psychologically damaging. You know, Team Zero, they are utilizing their draft beautifully. It's the constant need to go, and like all their timings have aligned, right? Like every single hero has an active item to be able to go for a fight. Like even the Spirit Breaker is about to complete a Shadow Blade because of how many kills they've found, the towers that they've taken. Like a position 5 Spirit Breaker is going to have a pre-19-minute Shadow Blade. That's incredible. And Storm Spirit, there's no linkage to his name yet. He can get caught off guard.
Yeah, it's scary. You can't dodge what you can't see, T-Gov. Well,
life.
You can't dodge life.
True. You don't have choice. You just get born.
Yep. So, 8k gold advantage on the side of Team Zero. They're going to claim this top side of the map. I imagine Roshan will be somewhat on their radars, but to be honest, it's probably better just to run around the map and keep on fighting at this point. That is what their draft is designed to do, and they have been executing that pretty beautifully thus far. The smoke gank. They see Hara here, and you know, they're pretty happy to just lay some spells on him. Wow, Split even committed here, just making sure they get this Bugner kill. Meanwhile,
they killed Darkseers.
I did not know Marblue was in that deep. Okay. Nice little +1, I guess.
And then they instantly see the Terrorblade, and off they go again.
Oh, okay. Marblue got himself bagged and
you Shadow Blade, you wait, you track him down, you hold on. Terrorblade's like, oh no, he's on me, he's on me. Is he going to juke it out? No, he's not. Spirit Breaker still has the ultimate. Oh. He's going to go for the TB, but then there's the charge on the global coverage.
The bash is not there. He only got one click off. Nice global coming out from the Sansa to save the day, but you know, that is
it good?
A pretty big
Does it
spell.
Feel good? Yeah. It's like, boys, I just traded global for a position 5 to... Imagine if he bashed during the global. That would have been the icing on the cake, that, like you mentioned. But now with no global, guess what? You're on the Radiant side of the map. It is daytime. You go Roshan. Everything is going right now for Team Zero. 10,000 gold lead, 20 minutes, Aegis to boot. They should be looking to progress the game quite confidently towards the Dire base shortly.
Yes, sir. Roshan dropping quick for the side of Team Zero. Get the Aegis on your Morphling. Just let him go hit some buildings, hit up that high ground. He went for an Aghanim Scepter on CTY as well. I mean, I guess it makes sense this game because you do kind of want to just take this Terrorblade form.
Exactly.
They've managed to actually eliminate 70 on the backlines here. So, you know, Roche traded for 70 and Butterfly Effect. Looking for the +1. Gets Ice Ice as well. All right. Their Storm is really playing some Dota today, but he needs to do so much. And even with all he's doing, it's not quite enough. There's a nice little wall on the high ground, though. They're going to be able to hold them back at the very least. And Yukio's in the mix as well. Just pops that Metamorphosis straight up here and just starts laying into ZZQ. A bit of revenge for earlier, perhaps, but no, ZZQ is going to be able to get away. Lacking on the catch here as Hara just constantly filling a Butterfly Effect up with mana. Again and again, just resetting him and allowing him to just go in, and now he can find another one. But Ice Ice is going to be the next target here. He's going to be able to get him. The charge is out onto the Storm Spirit here. Do they have the follow-up is a question? And the answer seems to be yes. There's a few heroes around here.
Oh, no.
Tries to go for the Zip TP, but that wasn't quite it. Chief does get the return kill onto ZZQ, but will be dying here. There comes the Swashbuckle. There comes the kill, and down goes the Storm.
Yeah, iG.V, even again, backs against the wall, they're trying to take these fights and they're just feeling the difficulty, right? if the wall's placed, if there's a meta used, where's that extra hero to kind of keep the fight contained? I feel so bad for Butterfly Effect. It's like, it's so much emphasis on him. He needs an Aghanim, he needs a Hex, he needs infinite mana pool, he needs Pugna draining him the entire time. Whilst Team Zero, sure, Batrider pretty much does nothing in this engagement. He dies, buybacks, dies again. But with Spirit Breaker, with Morph, with Pango, how quick they get around the entire engagement, they can disengage and then instantly re-engage if IGV are to show themselves in a bad position. And it will be the story of the game until they have many more items on the dire side.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Blink Dagger on Darkseid could help, because you can then... I found the Morphling punch, got a clone, let's go, but then he'll just die. So I can see why he has the Blink Dagger, but then he's going for the BKB. Like he's really tossing and turning in his choices, but yeah, they just need to push out lanes. Dodge the bigger fight. 2.5 minutes left on Aegis.
Yeah, definitely want to wait for that one. You know, it's been a good run for the Storm Spirit, but it's getting to the point now where when you run into these fights, you know, you need more than just, you know, global can save you, sure, but you need a team behind you as well. And the team just aren't in a fighting shape at the moment, so... TB is kind of making his way up the ranks, you know. He's only died like one time in the past kind of 5 to 7 minutes, so not super bad.
He's doing well, but he's not doing great. Like the fact that he's been underneath all 3 Radiant cores for practically the entire game is a cause for concern. Often Terrorblade is a hero that plays like an alchemist in regards, where after lane you skyrocket. You're always like chasing that next item before the enemy carry has even like got halfway to his, right? You're always in a bit of a lead. So the fact that he is behind, especially against a Morphling that is a bit of a slower farmer, I guess you could look, say, in CTY went for this Mask of Madness, could have helped him with farming efficiency early on with the attack speed, the additional lifesteal. He will be able to disassemble it later for Butterfly and for Satanic, 2 items he likes to buy. So, yeah, I think CTY just had a really nice read on this game, knowing he's not going to get punished, go for the Mask of Madness, which is very greedy on a Morphling, but then to utilize it to push himself up the net worth, and 1 Tormentor, 2 Tormentor, a couple shards coming the way of Team Zero, 13,000 gold lead now they are. Batrider and Spirit Breaker, so Batrider's just a bit bad on support, isn't it? You know, ooh, you don't get disarmed when you're lasso and get to right click, whatever. But Spirit Breaker, woo-wee, get a little bit of extra self magic resist, 75%. Soak up some of these spells, it's gonna be pretty good. Soak up a Decrep, oh, that's gonna be juicy.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said that in my life before, but that was a cool other words first. That's that entire sentence. Soak up a Decrep, that will be juicy. Interesting.
That's the big spell this game, obviously, the one we were looking at. Meta, not important.
Yeah. No. To be fair, I was trying to think of what these spells would be. Like, I guess maybe Sunder would be pretty good to soak up. Maybe a Vortex pre-Ags would be good to soak up. But there's not a lot, right? So, in my moment of desperation, I just said Decrep, all right?
Man, this Morphling is so fat. My goodness. He's bulging. Just grab the full Skadi. Yeah, no worries. Oh, this little thing, yeah, just you know, just grabbed on the side. Not a big deal. Marblue, meanwhile, being run down. ZZQ, 70, Beyond, all taken in turns, just pummel away at this Darkseer. Marblue is no more. There's your team fighter out for 45 seconds. No more tier 2s for Team Zero to really take here, so probably just going to be chilling, waiting, grab that next Aegis, and then, well, that'll be the time to go.
So there is a timing coming up for IGV. The Storm Spirit actually went back for an Orchid. He was going Lincolns, but he went Orchid. He's now got the Lincoln soon. So he's kind of looking decent right now. And then Darks is on his way to BKB. So if they get the BKB on Marblue, they can do it, right? They can actually fight.
I can see it happening. Like, things still need to go very well for them.
Yeah, but in this point in the game, it's like, if you don't fight now with this item timing benefit, then you are accepting losing out on Roshan, losing out on map again, and waiting for the next cycle, a whole nother round of items. And maybe you don't have time for that. So I would like to see them get that BKB, look to at least take the engagement, maybe even farm up the Lincolns on Storm Spirit quick enough. So, but they need to do it pre-Roshan, or at least itemize and prolong so that when Roshan spawns, all these items come into play for the Roshan fight.
Yeah, yeah. One thing to mention as well is that 70 did grab himself a Lotus Orb, so even with this Orchid picked up on the Storm Spirit, shouldn't be able to bring down the Pangolier 100 to 0. He should still be able to get himself out of that situation and get off that Rolling Thunder. They were looking for him there. They really wanted to try and bring him down. I mean, yeah, if you double down, if you go for the Orchid, he Lotuses, and then you throw down the Global, you can still catch him out, but it's a huge commitment.
Yeah, this is one wrong spell from iG.V and the fight will just break. And Team Zero, they know that. They're smoked up, gem checking the high ground, dewarding. Arcane Rune on Storm Spirit though.
Look at him go. Jesus. All right. Well, Batrider just gets taken out of the mix. Butterfly effect, pretty low on mana. Hara, here you go, buddy. Bit of regurgitation, like a baby bird being fed by its mother.
Such an accurate depiction.
Kind of is, yeah. 28 minutes in and, yeah, 13k gold advantage, As mentioned, we're probably going to see a bit of a lull in the action now as we wait for the next Aegis to spawn, and CTR looks to take that one, and then will be the high ground attempt from the side of Team Zero. And it's kind of on iG.V to just throw a spanner into the works at some point, Don't let them play this kind of checkbox game. How do they do that? Well, taking control of the bottom side of the map, getting down some cheeky wards, and trying to set up for the Roche fight would be a pretty great starting point. But unfortunately, the Silencer got caught in the wave there, trying to go for some lane wards, and now he might be caught out even more than that. They go for him. He's got the Glimmer Gate, but it's not even going to remotely help. Down goes Silencer, and well, Team Zero, they're looking for more. They want to find a +1 here, and Marblu is going to be that target. Ice chasing so damn far. BKB even being popped from Marblu here, but the ultimate's there from ZZQ, followed up with a bash as well. Turn around with the vac wall to try and just hold them back and keep himself alive, but in comes 70, and he's actually been able to catch out the Storm Spirit here as well, but 70 can't seem to change the stuns quite well enough, and his Butterfly effect will be able to get away. Where is the TB during all of this? Well, he's not turning up to this fight. It looks a bit scuffed, and he's just going to hit some creeps and wait for the next one, as Ice does actually take a step too far forward, does go down, but it's Butterfly effect who's in trouble. He needs Hara, he needs a life drain, but it's not going to do anything. The unfortunate part about this combo is that you do have to have full health to get mana back from the life drain, so in the middle of a fight you won't get any mana brought back to you and then be able to make a clutch escape, unfortunately.
Saving Grace though, look at the creep waves, they were nowhere near, so it wasn't as if Team Zero gets these big picks and suddenly let's hit the tier 3s, right? And I think that's why Terrorblade didn't care about the fight too much. It was a lot of chase down, a lot of go on, and Roshan is up in a minute and a half. It's quite a long respawn. Sure, iG.V isn't aware of this, it's why they're kind of half posturing quite quickly to get out of base again, but everything should be back up again for this big Roshan fight, and if iG.V can take it, then maybe that's their entry back into the game, but it is their only real way I can see it happening in the upcoming minutes.
Yeah. That's what it all comes down to. Yeah. Roshan, in 1 minute, will respawn. He will be on the bottom side of the map for the next 4 minutes as well. So that's likely where this engagement is going to be taking place. And as you can see, Zero already getting the sentry wards laid out down the bottom side. Beyond, he's got a gem as well, and just walking around the area, doing a little bit of safeguarding. Making absolutely sure there is iG.V can see nothing, and they have to come in blind.
So they actually have Lincolns, right? They've got the Lincolns on the Storm, they got the Lincolns on the Terrorblade.
Ooh, ZZQ.
ZZQ just...
He gets away with that?
That was so awkward. They're smoked up. He goes to kill the creeps. Doesn't even think about a smoke. Oh, God, they're here. And, of course, with the bulldoze and the speed that you run at, he's already out of there. God, poor iG.V. That could have been a cool moment. The big smokes, and now Morphling picks up a BKB. Batrider has an Aether lens to help with that grab from his ultimate. Smoke round 2, boys. But this time, don't go near the creeps. Spirit Breaker's going to break it. But he's still yet to have the Blink Dagger, so no clean form of initiation.
Yep.
And Radiant scanned. They're well aware of the smoke. It went red for a millisecond.
And beyond, he's just going to immediately find Ponyo. What a target. Let's see if they can bring him down, though. I mean, he does turn around and get off that ultimate, and with the wall coming down, CTY's taking some heavy hits straight off the bat here. He's actually turned into its... What the... He turned into the TB form and couldn't strength morph, so he just goes down straight off the bat. Huge mistake from CTY. Can they get Yukio in response? It's a question with the ultimate coming out from ZZQ. I think they should have the damage. Beyond, with his Brewlings doing so much work. A pause down the middle of the fire from Ponyo. I'm not sure what that's about, but...
Oh, no,
he disconnected on the Pugna. Oh my god. Well,
okay,
time for a quick fight
recap. It was all
recap.
iG.V, because like... So let's first of all, let's understand who... So Ponyo pauses, Butterfly Effect did the pause at the exact same time. No, he resumed it. So Ponyo's the quickest, Butterfly Effect... God. Wait, Butterfly Effect every time resumed the game.
Yeah, he's a gamer. He's gamering. He knows this fight's going well for them, and he doesn't want to give them a chance to regroup or anything like that, I suppose. But you do need your Pugna to be connected to the game at the very least.
It would help.
Yep.
Okay, he's back.
But both carries are dead, but it looks like it's going to be iG.V cleaning up this fight. How did that happen, you ask? Well, it all comes down to CTY just getting caught out at the beginning. He turned into that Terrorblade form, was too keen on using their Aghanim's and trying to make something happen with that. And he didn't really focus on keeping himself alive. Didn't get off the strength morph and just ends up going down. And now a jump forward from Butterfly Effect, looking to catch Beyond. He comes out of the brew form here. Marblue and Hara both backing him up here. Nice little Molotov across from Ice, as it does look like the Flame Break will keep him away. The problem is they can't really take Roshan without their TB, right?
Yeah, they can't go there. They can't do Roshan, and that's when I think Team Zero, even though it was a very poorly executed fight, will still be able to take Roshan. They don't have the timings that iG.V are waiting for. Global on cooldown 30 seconds, Wall on 30 seconds, Metamorphosis on cooldown for 90 seconds. They aren't going to be able to contest this next Roshan, so Team Zero are very lucky that this blunder of a fight doesn't just make them lose the Aegis, because that's when we'd start talking about a comeback.
Yeah.
And CTY does need to kind of clean up his morphling a little bit. The fact that you start that fight, you get the silencer at pretty much the get-go, but then becoming TB, not strength morphing, putting yourself in a position where you do just get clicked down, this can't be happening, especially if you're trying to top out a division, qualify for Division 1. Need to clean performances, boys.
Yeah, but, you know, at least iG.V doesn't look like they'll be able to contest this one. The waves were really shoved in for them after that fight, so they had to go and deal with that. And now, well, they don't really have the heroes in the neighborhood. I mean, they're coming over, but they're just going to be way too late to this Roche. Yeah, CTY grabbing the Aegis, and iG.V will call it quits. I feel like they could have contested that if they were better on their waves, to be honest. Like, if they were able to get their waves pushed out really, really quickly, maybe even just like ditching the Brewmaster kill and just going to deal with your waves so that you're ready to fight when you come back. But that's a level of foresight which not many teams possess.
I think it's also Terrorblade will be calling not to fight, and that your scenario that you're calling is not really a fight. It's more like a Roshan contest / still. So maybe Dark Zero Storm Spirit can use their toolkit to poke their heads in, get a cheese, or maybe even get the Aegis himself. But I think iG.V would have lost the game, like outright, if they contested without meta there, like to try and win a 4th team fight.
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't have meta. I thought they did.
Yeah, no, it was on cooldown for time.
Yeah, I forget. I'm still getting used to the fact that meta has a longer cooldown than Global Silence.
Yeah, it was. I think it was 30 seconds for global and it was 90 seconds for meta. So by the time that they were doing Roshan, it was still on cooldown for like 30.
Yeah, fair.
Sorry, boss.
Got that Metamorphosis. What a useless ability.
I think TV's the one hero that his little green dot for his Sunder, he could have like a second green dot just for meta. Because everyone like everyone always says meta is the ultimate of Terrorblade. And that would actually be such a cool patch change if Terrorblade, because everyone says it. Like, what if one time they just went, yeah, sure, Sunder's now just a basic spell, but it's like half as effective or something.
Yeah,
that would make the hero
kind of the charm
comedic.
of Terrorblade, though, is that like his ultimate's not really his ultimate. Makes an
No, but
edgy and cool, and he is an edgy and cool hero, which
But the
edgy and cool
patches are
people
edgy
play.
and cool. Like Ogre getting no in, Medusa having like 100 HP and big mana pool. Like these are cool changes.
Yeah, true.
I'm sure. Terribly, this is one hero that when I see it in my pubs, I'm like, oh, thank God. Like a carry player picking TB, like they know what they're doing. You know, you don't randomly pick Terribly, but Storm Spirit, 27, 28 HP.
Okay. All right, bro. No worries.
Pugner's like, don't worry, I'm in base, I'm ready for you.
Yep.
The medic team is here to collect you after your brush with death. Christ.
That was quite something, but you know, gets out, so all according to plan, I guess. Man, this Sans is getting so desperate with the warding as well. Every ward he plays just getting caught, so he's kind of dumping them down wherever at this point.
Yeah, it's very hard, especially when gems come in play and how big the map is. Like teams just sweep through. You can't really hold areas for long enough, and of course IGV and the style of play that they're presenting. But now for Team Zero, you've got an 18k gold lead. It's 37 minutes. You've got an Aegis. You've got a Cheese. You've got plenty of Lotus Orbs, Mantas, and Dispels.
Yep, it's time to bring this one home, I think. Marblu does get seen here, but he's a pretty speedy little guy. I'll be able to catch him out.
Ponyo is so aggressive. He's on the low ground casting spells.
Yeah, both the supports just chilling on the low ground. Like, yeah, no worries. we can be here. We've got 4 staffs. Ah, yeah. Ah, look at it. It's beautiful. The Giga suck.
I did so much damage. We're going to get a fight recap just from that one. Of course, with Morphling disassembling that Mask of Madness, he has the Butterfly. After Aegis expires, he'll be able to put his BKB back in. And then you're probably talking about Satanic eating the eggs, making it into the Blessing. And through this absence of shenanigans, Terribly has actually been able to relatively catch up in the net worth. He's now above the other cores, but this is the moment for IGV. They're going to smoke up into the Aegis, which is a little bit optimistic.
Yeah, not the target you really want to be finding there either. The Brewmaster is probably the one guy they did not want to run into. To be fair, they also probably don't want to run into the Morphling, so...
I mean, there's Aegis was expiring like 40 seconds, right? So I can see the smoke being good for that, but the speed in which Team Zero are killing heroes, 40 seconds is the fight already over. So potentially going a little bit early, but yeah, like you said, finding the Brewmaster never feels good, and it's why Spirit Breaker, Brewmaster, Pangolier, these heroes in their own right are very annoying, because when you find them, are you really finding them? So many ways to disengage.
Deep. Very deep.
Deep, yeah.
Morphling, meanwhile, he was also pretty deep. Got a good amount of damage off onto the tier 3 tower whilst all this was going on. Not super impactful, but, you know, sending a message. Wanted to get some high ground damage done with that Aegis, but it has now timed out. So, once again, we're going to be looking towards that Roshan. But, I mean, why couldn't they get anything done with that last Aegis? You know, do you feel like Zero just weren't aggressive enough, weren't active enough on the map?
It kind of feels that way. Like they tried to kill a Storm, didn't get the kill. I'm surprised that they haven't tried to make that kind of force high ground style play. Maybe for Team Zero, their thought process is they need to pick before they go high ground.
Yeah.
With Morphling being your primary source of high ground damage, putting him in a position to get vortexed into normal punched and wall, it could be too much for him to deal with. You know, think about the fight they lost outside Roshan. Like, they had quite an advantage there, and since then IGV's picked up a couple more items, but the fact that they didn't try to do any big play really might cause some concern a little bit for Team Zero. And most of the net worth disparity as well, as when you think about it, is kind of coming from the supports, right? 6k lead on Barrow compared to Pugner, but another 6k lead from Batrider to Silencer. So 12k of the net worth lead is just a support difference, which is kind of crazy to think about. So it's actually kind of just of course, ignoring support net worth isn't logical, but if you just think about the cores in a bubble of their fight, it's only like a 7k lead to Team Zero, and at the 40-minute mark, that is somewhat kind of laughable. And TB just picks up BKB. So surely there's got to be a big fight brewing.
You'd hope so. We're also kind of looking at this Darks here as well. He is incredibly poor. He is poorer than the Spirit Breaker at this point. So
He just got overtaken.
Yeah, still making that point. He slips behind.
Another smoke attempt from iG.V.
Oh, 7, he reads it perfectly though, as he's already jumping in with the Rolling Thunder. The silence is there, but it's a little bit too late as the BKB's already off from the Morphling, and the Rolling Thunder's already cutting on through. But that said, Yukio pretty uncontested in this fight. The lead supports on the side of iG.Vitality start things up, and Marblu as well also going to go down. Butterfly in the backlines, kills of Ice as TB tries to make his way out of this fight. He wants to leave. Beyond though, is he going to let him? Oh my god, so much damage coming out from that swashbuckle. In comes
and
the
charge.
Sunder onto Ponyo here, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They'll throw the TB back into the mix, and he gets blended by CTY. A Terrorblade off his own now as he heads up the high ground, looking to try and put some daggers into this base, but Butterfly effect cutting the waves already.
Spirit, another pause. It really takes the wind out of your sails when they pause, right? You're like, oh, okay. iG.V, it wasn't the cleanest fight. You know, they're smoked up. They have a timing right. Multiple Lincolns, BKB on the TB, but the fight is in the river, going into high ground of Team Zero. Thank God we got a replay. Pugner's the one like initiating with his body. CTY is just kind of parked up on the high ground and able to just kind of waveform through. And look how disjointed this engagement is. Pango going, Spirit charging through. You got Batrider on the left getting zoned by a Storm Spirit. TB's running to the north.
Chaos.
Like, this is the issue of iG.V's lineup, right? It's if they don't kill within the wall, vortex, and right clicks, the fight gets broken out so wide that they can't isolate a single hero. Silencer and Pugner will do absolutely nothing in these bigger, wider map style fights. And yeah, Team Zero punishing that beautifully. They don't have a creep wave though, so props to Butterfly effect for instantly going for that mid wave rather than hoping to save TB potentially. Keeping themselves in the game just a little bit longer. Why do I have the feeling this game's going to be like an hour and a half long? Like, why do I feel like Team Zero is going to do some wild high ground attempt and then suddenly all this net worth comes crumbling down? Or is that just because I watched the previous series and that's exactly what happened
the previous
as well?
series, and then we had Western EU yesterday as well, which was pretty much the same thing. So yeah,
I've lost faith.
Yeah, we don't really know what Dota is at the moment. I do know what this is, though. Oh, yeah, you love to see it. Nether Ward sucks. So good. Dude, it's damage. You need to respect this. You need to respect this. CTY, he's dead! What was that? Oh my god, in a shocking turn of events which no one could have predicted. Team Zero through the game going high ground. It's just... What is it at this point?
I want the clip. Someone make the clip, I beg. Me saying I think this will happen, and then literally 20 seconds later, it happening. Please, I beg, someone.
They didn't respect the suck. That's the issue here.
Send it to me on Twitter or Discord or something, but I need this video made. What a absolute
These writers,
twist.
you know, the guys who write the Dota game plots really need to step it up. You know, this trick it's getting repetitive.
Just getting boring, isn't it? But now, both of the cores dead. Roshan's available after nearly 43 minutes of iG.V not being able to muscle up any big entry to a team fight, any Roshan contest. They just get gifted a 5k gold swing into now a Roshan as well, which is going to be another like 6k gold swing.
Give it to Storm. Give it to Storm. Give it to Storm. Give it to Storm. Yes.
It went from 23k to 12k gold lead.
Wow. That's Dota. You get a couple of kills, get that comeback gold, get that Roshan, get that Aghanims, like,
I'm loading up Twitch right now. I just, there's something in me that I just want to see the sea of lols that will appear, you know? That just fuels me for the next hour-long cast of this game.
I'll let you know if anything happens, but I have a feeling this Aegis is it's going to be a pretty ineffectual one.
Butterfly effect, of course, we didn't mention it. He had the Aghanims for some time, just completed the Hex. So this Storm Spirit, he's he's a menace. He is basically becoming all the control that iG.V needed from an actual hero through his itemization.
Pretty much, yeah. He's I mean, if they win this game, you know, Butterfly Effect, easy MVP from me. Closely followed by Hara as well. And they're thinking of fighting this one. Team Zero, immediate jump in, Hex out onto the Morphin, look for the big target straight off the bat, but they've got the Lotus out on tip to keep him alive, so he's going to be safe in the backlines. Meanwhile, 70 rolling around, doing the damage, trying to get the lockdown out and find some targets here for his team. Butterfly Effect is still plenty healthy and could look to re-engage at any point here, and CTY is going to be the target once again, looking for the Morphling. Morphling Hex out, brought down again. The Morphling is dead, does have buyback, but Beyond is following him to the grave very quickly here. Ice trying to get away. Oh, doesn't make it down to the low ground. The saddest force I ever did see, and here will be the next casualty on the side of Team Zero. 3 heroes dead, no casualties on the side of iG.V as they come barreling down on this tier 2 tower. And all of a sudden it's a rush for the wave here as well, as ZZQ wants to cut it so badly. But the team were already here looking to defend it. No sir, you will not be taking on creep wave today.
Oh, not enough mana. And off he goes. Octarine action. But yeah, this Spear Breaker, he's just going to be in and out of the fights, killing creep waves, doing everything. But it doesn't matter when your Morphling's just getting dismantled by Butterfly Effect. The Orchids, the Lincolns, sorry, not the Lincolns, the Orchid to pop the Lincolns into a Hex with the Vortex follow-up. Plenty of CC now to kill off this Morphling, and using the buyback.
70, no. 70! Not like this. One of Gaben's pockets. You got to be careful. He puts those in there just to remind you that you're still mortal. Oh man, I thought they had the TV there. Honestly, I thought they had him. That's unreal.
CTY's regretting not having a Lincolns himself, or even finishing up the Satanic, and he just put the Lincolns in his quick buy. He's like, I just need something. He needs some type of combo break, because it is comedic. The last 3 big fights, he has just been fully controlled down. His damage has been minimal. Butterfly Effect has had his number the entire time. And all right, they're gonna get another shard. Do they even have? They all have shards at this point? Yeah, they do.
They do indeed.
Get some dollar. Nice. Congrats.
Nice. What about I give you money and you give me half your health pools? Sounds like a deal.
Good. Yeah. The best one is when teams do Tormentor and then instantly try and fight after when they're like at 60% HP on everyone. It's like, oh, why do we do that, boys?
Yeah. Okay. If anybody dies to this, it's so not worth. Someone's died to this. That Tormentor wasn't worth T-Gov.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
He's cooking up a Rolling Thunder, but again, he's not that healthy. In they go. They throw it on the wall. The Global Silence being committed to this one as well, and CTY is plenty healthy this time around, so... Oh, and he goes. Butterfly Effect looking for CTY. The backlines here with that Aghanim is able to suck him in regardless of that Manta coming off. The Rolling Thunder jumping on through as well. They might get the first life of the Storm here. Yes, they will, but now they're going to try and get themselves away. Team Zero don't want to take this fight any longer. The whole team retreating up there in high ground. Butterfly Effect just trying to bring down some Brewlings at the very least here. They won't be able to do even that, however. Team Zero make it back, but who's in the better spot now that we're on cooldowns?
Maybe it's iG.V. The fact they still have meta available, they've got a small window to tickle this high ground, but if they... Oh, but they're going in still. They're stopping.
They're not stopping indeed. Brewmaster's already gone. Beyond, dead. No buyback here. 3 heroes are all that stands for Team Zero at the moment. Middle barracks will belong to iG.V, and now they move forward. They've got the Morphling. They need to keep him alive here. CTY is going to be able to get himself back into the fountain, but the Spirit Breaker's in very, very deep here. Can he get himself away? Of course he can. He's a silly little cow. 70. Oh, being bounced around all over the place right now inside that roll-up, but does get himself back into the fountain as well, but it's iG.V's turn to decide what do you want to do. There's a tier 2 in the bottom lane, a tier 2 in the top lane. If you want to get any damage inside the base, then it's going to have to beat those tier 4s. It's going to have to be a push for the win. Is that a realistic situation for them? I mean, 70 seconds on the Brewmaster. They got to be having that conversation right now.
This is a careful part. This is an awkward part of the game, sorry, for Team Zero. They need to be so mindful And again, another jump.
Lincoln's is
CTY.
there. It's not going to work, though, as he gets hexed up regardless. They'll cut through it right now. Global Science comes down, but he makes it out the other side. BKB, TP away. ZZQ's in, looking for the backlines kill onto the partner with 70 jumping through all of them as well. They might just be able to finish the job on this one. Yes, they will, but has he taken a step too far? 70, he's in very deep, but the damage doesn't seem to be here because the TP doesn't have the meta up anymore. 70 is just going to be able to jump through the backlines, kill off the Sansa, but now he's in trouble. The normal punches out onto him, and they do finish him off. Down goes a Pangolin. Batrider in some trouble as well. Those butterfly effect he's unleashing onto CTY. Waveform up to the high ground for him. But look who's on top of him. The Terrorblade is there. They'll try and force him back with the Havoc Hammer. CTY needs to escape. Another waveform away. He's going to get out. But butterfly effect is actually back dead on the high ground. 7E and ZZQ, the dream team, tag teaming it up and ripping through the backlines here. iG.V did not keep an eye out, fought their backs, and now there is a dagger inside of it. Yukio once again using that Terror Wave to try and get them away, get them off him. And actually ZZQ might be now the one who's taken a step a little bit too deep. Buysback's coming out from the side of iG.V. Does the Storm use it though? That is a big question. 7E bouncing around, trying to bring down the Silencer here, but doesn't have the vision to finish the job. Looking over towards Yukio. That's a kill he's probably not going to get, however, so it's just a TP out from 7E. And that'll be the... It might not be the fight, actually. The vacuum cancels it out. He needs to leave. Disperser on cooldown for another 2 seconds. He needs that ability and does now get it off so he can just run himself out to safety. But, whew, what a fight.
I'm trying to break this one down. Thank God. Yeah, let's go for the fight recap. So 5 buyback shoots total, 3 on the side of iG.V, 2 on the side of Team Zero. You could argue relatively even in regards to core value. None of the carries having to do it, but Zero just scrambling in these fights now. This isn't clean Dota anymore. This is just throw bodies in. We had a 20k gold lead. We were meant to be winning this game. We've blundered it, and now it's like, go for the fight. Go. We need something. We need to feel that sensation of victory once more because they haven't felt it for nearly 15 minutes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Butterfly Effect, he's doing so much work in these fights, and the reason why is because it's Aghanims, it's now a ground-targeted stun, not a point-and-click. It doesn't break Lincolns. So he always gets a stun onto Morphling, and during the Vortex, he can Orchid to break Lincolns and then Hex follow-up. So because Lincolns was bought so late on Morphling, it's kind of a redundant 5k gold he's bought because of the combo Storm is able to present in these fights. Yeah, Team Zero just... They're missing about 35,000 gold right now in their game. And that is in its watery form of Morphling. He's not really doing much.
It's a wet blanket.
Once he finds the position and he's able to maybe dodge the Darkseid's initiation, he could easily still 1v9 this game in certain scenarios. But just how iG.V has made these fights, Darkseid has his number the entire time.
He also doesn't have a crazy amount of damage with the build he's got either. Like, it's fairly consistent, but there's no crits. You know, there's no, like, MKB. There's no big hit stick on him. And right now we're setting up for Roshan, so we will have another fight brewing here. At the moment, it is iG.V in control of this area. They've set up for the water, and they're going to go forward onto the Morphling here. Can they take him out? The Global Silence is there. BKB available for the Morphling. He's trying to hold on to it for as long as possible, but he is now going to have to use it to get himself away, but that means they probably won't be able to fight here. Beyond, he's going to pop that ultimate and try and control them up. Ponyo, so far in the foreground here. Surely he's going to go down, and, well, the Terror Wave's going to buy him a little bit more time. The Silence is still alive with the Hubbing. How has no one died yet? All right, there we go. Ponyo goes down. As the rest of iG.V start to make a retreat here, as Beyond is just bodying them back with all those Brewlings, but his Brewlings aren't that healthy. Maybe they could look to try and get a surprise kill onto him, but they've already thrown back Hara. Hara's going to be the one eating the dirt at the moment, but now there's Butterfly Effect. He's got to be careful, but Marblue left behind as well. 2 big kills on the side of iG.V. Make it through. The same 3 heroes that bought back in the last fight are now all littering the floor here. Their blood spilling into Roshan's pit.
And Team Zero, they finally kind of understood how to win the fight. It was just delay, kite away from the Darkseid. Don't allow Morphling to lock himself inside this like one isolated duel. Utilize the fact that your heroes are movement-based. Disengage, reset, and then go back in. And unfortunately for Storm Spirit, he wasn't able to carry the fights like he did before. And yeah, so teams are adapting now as they have been losing so many fights. They've kind of found their way into winning. And who is going to be taking all the goodies? So, Aegis for Pangolier.
Interesting.
CTY is taking the axe, even though he has one. Potentially, he'll be eating it, selling his own.
Yeah.
Does anyone actually need Eggs on his team? Only Batrider is the hero. Interesting.
Cheese
Way
just
to
gobbled
go.
up as well. No,
Oh, he gave it to Batrider. Okay, good. Thank God. I was
Greedy
like,
little
please.
guzzler on Morphling.
Yeah, no one needs to sell some Eggs, right? Just give it to Batrider.
I'm pretty shocked. I mean, I know 70 is the one without buyback, but I still feel like CTY, an Aegis on him would just feel give him a ton of confidence here, but, well, it doesn't look like they need any confidence. Oh, BKB actually popped from Yukio here. That's a fairly big commitment. They kind of need to make something from this, but the stun is out onto Butterfly Effect right now. 7E is just controlling him up. The barracks will be falling. Do they want anything more? The Sansa comes back, immediately just slams down on that R button, and yeah, we're also going to slam the R button, and that is retreat, or are they actually, as they come back in on this one? Beyond, he's got another ultimate available. Butterfly Effect, he's pretty low on Mana. The Fizz just about going to catch him out. That's from the Morphling, by the way, stealing that fear. Yukio, he's in trouble, though. He's thrown back into the middle of everybody. He has got a Sunder. Doesn't want to use it, though, as he is going to get brought down. Has the buyback available, but otherwise he'll be back in 100 seconds. Zero, they're looking for another later barracks here. I'm expecting a buyback from this TB as they get the kill onto... No, they don't get the kill onto 70, actually, as they look to maybe turn this one around onto the Storm Spirit. Okay, 70 does fall, but Hara, he's gone as well. The wall is nice, but is it nice enough? Ice Slice is going to be the next one to drop. 70 jumping through everyone right now. I mean, he's so damn tanky. He's got so much health coming out for himself right now. Yukio, got to be careful, does get the Sunder off this time around, so will bring himself back up to full HP. Metamorphosis is popped as well, so they kind of need to force it back here. They managed to catch out the Morphling on the sidelines. Yours is out, though. 70 is on top of him as well. Storm trying to jump himself away. He's controlled up, though. They've caught him out. They've caught the Storm for the first time. He's going to buy back immediately and come back in. Who is going to be his target, though? 70 is still being so annoying inside this Rolling Thunder team.
I mean, the fight's still going.
It's not stopping. Butterfly Effect jumping back in again, looking for the targets. And CTY, though, is still pretty low, but also able to just try to turn this fight around regardless. Storm Spirit, he's getting low. They try to cook him with the Nether Strike and with the Judge. They will be able to finish the job. 4 dead on the side of iG.V. He's not able to do it by himself, I don't believe, on the Terrorblade. I mean, I've seen clips in the past, but this isn't the game for it. Ancient starting to fall. Ponyo is back. Yukio going to try and make an entry into the fight, but the Ancient explodes and the game will eventually go.